Okay, hi, welcome back to my channel. I am in the rainbow room and I am just the flower power person, basically. Flower power girl. I don't know, whatever you want to call me. I like flowers in my hair sometimes and I do overdo and I like it. So, yeah, and I know it looks like I'm always wearing the same top, but I buy like 6 of them and they're very cool temperature wise. And I'm naturally very warm. So, to be honest, it's just comfortable. Um, and when I'm not feeling particularly warm, that's when I'll put on other stuff. So, hopefully, you'll understand that. I don't know. I can't give that disclaimer every time, but I just want people to know. And I don't want to show up someday on the internet on some video being shamed, and they're like, she never wears anything else. She never does anything different. It's always the same outfit. It's like, no, it's not. I can show you my closet's right behind me. You see it. It's a wall of black, and little bits of stripes. But anyway. I wanted to say this for any of the girls or boys or anybody else who happens to use hair scrunchies. Have you ever washed yours? Because nobody ever told me to do that. I just kind of thought, well, oh yeah, that is so nice. Ooh. But I just hand washed mine. So, yeah, see, like little black scrunchies. I loved them. Because I don't have enough hair for like the big fluffy ones, but I do when I put in my little extra bits. And sometimes I just love being extravagant on my hair. So yeah, I mean, it's basically my creative network channel, whatever this. So it's fun. That's what I do. And I occasionally have had somebody like say something nasty, or they said something nasty to me, and it was awful. But it was awful. But you know what? That's their opinion, and they're just not relaxed enough or free enough to express themselves. And maybe they're just not motivated to do it this way. Maybe they express themselves somehow, other way, and it's totally cool. But this one, I wanted to go over, some of my basic training experiences that I thought were pretty funny. Um, And these are my experiences. At some point, I'll tell you some of the ones that my friend shared with me. And, that'll come with a little disclaimer, may or may not be needed to be taken with a grain of salt. But generally, I trust them. They're usually pretty good people. Although, it's funny, I've been studying human um, like body stances, and I just crossed my arms over my chest after I said that. That means I don't trust them. Oh Lord. Okay. I just realized that. When you like study body language and like expressions, ooh, you can learn so much. It's crazy. But okay, basic training for me took place in San Antonio, Texas, in 1996. So I arrived, and it was hot, to say the least. I believe it was in May. So we get there, and you get off this big Greyhound like bus thing, and you're melting. Or if you arrive like we did, you come in the morning, like really early in the morning, and you're not getting any sleep. Don't even think about it. And the worst part is the people that like know that they're going in the night before are usually up all night partying. And I just don't. Okay, maybe I'm too practical. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just not like them. But they do. They stay up all night. And some of them, oh my gosh, I need to go even back a little bit further, don't I? Oh, lordy. Okay, this was at the, oh gosh, what was it called? It was the military place that you went to basically take your ASVAB. Um, I believe that's what it's called. Military. It was a military test we had to take. Anyway, took it. I did pretty well. I ended up getting, asked to be recruited by, it was the Marines and the Air Force, and I went with the Air Force because my father was a Marine, and my cousins and my uncles, and they all basically told me uh, that the Marines was really not something I would like. It might be a little too hard for me, whatever. Or, maybe it was just they wanted me to try something else because they really had not, they found it really hard. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get judged too harshly on that one. It was just a choice I made. I chose the Air Force. It just sounded cooler. Um, I don't know. I'm a sci-fi fan. But you're in that place. They put you up in the hotel for the night before you go in to get, drug tested, and you're going in to go get your like weight and height done, the gynecology test. Oh yes, stirrups and everything. And the doctor sometimes is quite old, so yeah, really, really, really not pleasant experience. Uh, Not because of his age, but just his hands were so cold. Um, and yeah, so I'm sitting there in the hotel room, and there are people like literally like just knocking on doors of people that are going to be going in, like getting to know them by having sex with them. And I was like, oh, okay, that's one way. Cool. Yeah. But another way they were doing it is they were having like their last, bit of party favors, drugs, whatever. And I really couldn't understand that one. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get drug tested in like, what is it, like 7 hours? What are you doing? I mean, do you want to get sent home? Was this like a free trip for you? I don't know. I mean, stay in a hotel, have sex with random people, go home. I don't know. Do you get arrested? I'm not sure at that point. But yeah, they were doing drugs. And then the next day, you got this like, it, it was this very strange experience. But you're sitting there watching these people, and they're having like panic attacks in this place, surrounded by military people, and there were some MPs there too, and I think they know what's up. I think they do. But when you're in that place, I swear they watch everything you do. So, it's not like you're going to get away with anything. And when you actually have to go to donate your sample, uh you're being watched. And the lady that watched me was rather aggressive looking, and she seemed displeased with me for some reason. I'm not sure why, but okay. And I'm not used to people being present and so uh what's the word? Just watching me while I'm peeing. I've never had anybody do that before at that point, and well, yeah, now I'm in communal living and all that. I got used to it, but at the time, it was really hard. And I'm just like, it took me forever. I had to go back and sit down and drink more water, and then I started looking sus. So I'm going, no, I didn't do it. It's just, oh my God. And the guys had found out that if they drank a lot of water, because from what I saw, it was mostly dudes that were like, worried about smoking weed and all that. Yeah. So I got to watch them just go back and forth with water because they found out that it flushed through their system supposedly, and so they were like just drinking lots of water, and so was I, and I'm going, but I didn't even do anything. It just wasn't fair, but I got through it, and yeah, people make some really funny decisions when they're going through like even the process of joining the military. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they would do that. It was crazy. Uh, I mean, I was approached a few times, even while I was going through that place. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's like this little military place that you go to. I think it's in San Antonio or Dallas, maybe. But it's where they process you, and oh my gosh, it's just you're in a Greyhound bus, which I'm sorry, but for me, it's not very comfortable because I'm tall. So, when I get in a bus seat, it's my knees are like constantly. It's not comfy. But yeah, I got through everything. And I ended up in the Air Force. So yeah, I made it through that part of it. That was the craziness for that. Yeah. But then we arrived. Oh boy. Uh, my my father gave me a one piece of advice which I would give to anybody if you're uncertain about something and you're already a part of it. Don't volunteer for anything. Nothing. Seriously, if you don't know, just act invisible. And it's funny because my father was like I said, he was in the Marines first, and then he went into the Navy. And so uh, he told me that Navy stood for never again volunteer yourself, which I thought was really, it was hilarious. It was. And yeah, it really, that, and one other thing he said to me, which I thought was really appropriate when you're in basic training. If you can like get your mind there and think about it, um, everybody there that's yelling and shouting at you was right where you were. It doesn't mean you get to be disrespectful, but it does mean that you can picture them a little bit less, in your face. And sometimes it helps. Don't giggle. Whatever you do, do not giggle. Oh my God. Don't giggle. It's bad. They will look at you sideways. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you'll be noticed for a long time because you get called Joker and you get called names, and they're not necessarily mean, but some of the things I heard from my staff sergeant, and I do like the guy. Okay, I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's even still around. I don't know if the universe will ever like help him see this, but uh, his name was Staff Sergeant Green, and it was at Lackland Air Force Base, and he was a character. I really, I liked him. Just he would just be standing ahead of us, and he'd see something in line, and he'd just stop, and he'd look, and you'd just hear, "You gots to be fucking with me. You gots to be hosing me." All this, and and I don't know why, but it hit my funny bone, a lot. And I was having such a hard time not laughing. And I don't know if he just knew, because his back was turned. I didn't make a noise. I didn't move. But he knew somehow I was trying not to laugh. Don't know how. He was so funny. Because uh, I just, oh my God, he was such a trip. He actually helped me because I have a very hard time doing sit-ups. They're really uncomfortable for me. And oh, was it push-ups? No, it was sit-ups. Um, let's see. I was supposed to do a certain amount, and I just could never get there. It was just not possible for me. I don't know what it was. I was practicing, I was doing my sit-ups, and I suck at them. Um, and I don't know whether the dorm chief, or I think, yeah, that was her title, but I don't know if she was telling him like I was practicing or not, but he somehow knew. And there came a time when he had to give like the test, and he took me away with one other person, and we did our own tests. And he looks at me and he's like, "Okay, so how many push-ups can you do?" And I was like, "Okay, this many." And so I wrote something down on a board. And he's, "All right, so how many sit-ups can you do?" And I gave him the true number. He's like, "No, how many sit-ups can you do?" Not looking at me, just kind of looking straight ahead like, "You dumbass." And I gave him the right number. And he's like, okay. And he wrote it down in there. And I swear, somewhere in there, that dude is a teddy bear. And I wish, I don't know. I wish I could have told him that. Like, not in front of people. I don't want to, like, kill the idea of his persona. But somewhere when nobody's, like, listening, I'd be like, man, you're a big teddy bear. And I just want to hug. I don't know. He seemed like such a, like, down to earth, nice dude, really. But just, because there was one other thing I'm going to tell you that I think is hilarious. Okay? And I have a lot more. But, as you've noticed, when I'm, like, doing my videos, I use my hands a lot. And they're moving constantly. If not, like, I'm doing my hair, I'm doing my, whatever, I'm doing stuff. And when you're in the military and you're in basic training and they tell you to stand at attention, where are your hands supposed to be? Yeah. So the hard thing for me was when I was standing at attention, and I'm just trying to imagine me standing at attention like this. This is really cute, actually. Because I have lacy bloomers on, and they're, like, past my knees, and they're really cute. And I have these, like, little Japanese, like, shoes. Okay, so, oh, please tell me I didn't lose my thought process. Oh my god, anyway, okay. So I'm standing at attention, and he starts talking to me. It's really hard to talk to someone. I'm trying to do it right now and not move my hands. I got it. I picked it up when I started living in Sicily. They see, I can't. They use their hands for everything, like to express something more or to describe, whatever it is, for emphasis, and it's something that they do. And I picked it up. I started doing it when I was, when did I first get there? I think I was about 6 when I got to Sicily. I may be off a little, but I think it was about 6, maybe a little less. But anyway, that's another story, another time. But I picked it up, and yeah, he kind of, like, coughed away a little bit of. I swear, I thought he was gonna laugh. He's like, "It's so hard for you, isn't it?" And I was just like, yes, sir. He's like, well, you're just gonna have to toughen up. I'm like, yes, sir. And I think I did it because, it's funny. Uh, when you look at the video at the very end when I graduated, I looked just like everybody else. It was crazy. Like, I fit right in. And I'm looking at that going, whoa, now that's weird. Because I don't fit in anywhere, really. I don't. I have so many things that just, I don't know, I just feel a certain way about, and most people feel another certain way about, and I'm just going, yep, I fit right in. That's trippy. But yeah, I mean, the military, it teaches you a lot of weird lessons, even some that they can't quantify themselves. It's just an experience, Um, every branch is valid. I don't even want to hear it. I mean, you'll have people thinking and arguing about, jokingly, usually, and it usually involves alcohol, about which branch is better than the other one. And it's funny, you know. I mean, there was one there, I can't remember, something about the door and how each branch would handle, like, getting through the door. My gosh, it's so basic. But, I mean, that's just kind of how it is in the military, like, it's, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's fun. And if you just keep your wits about you, you can learn a lot, You can. But, yeah, that's my stories. I've gone a little bit long here, so I gotta stop. I don't want to, like, get too long, but I've got a whole lot more. A whole lot. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you like these. Please subscribe below. There's a little button down there. And, hit for all. please, honestly, because then you can get all of my little like notices, and you can see all my crazy weird hair ideas and my collection of earrings. I'm getting more soon. I'm determined to have a rainbow of earrings as well. I don't know why. I just love earrings and stuff. So it's cute. Anyway, I love all of you guys. Sincerely, thank you so much for following me. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. And I hope that I can entertain you and, maybe make some friends along the way. Okay. Much love.